everyone, welcome to day 33 of my daily challenge, which is to train and learn. Today is Friday the 4th of February 2022. The training for today at the moment, we're just about halfway through 100 Navy SEAL burpees with 3 squats in between each one. And I've got my great new training t-shirt on thanks to Joe Hotai. I'll put a website below for the link, but he's got a range of t-shirts out now, all related to burpees and other things, which are basically all around hard work. No Sweat Supper, which is the same name as the podcast he's got going, so worth a look. And it's working, it's making me sweat. So the lesson for today is that conflict is healthy. And in the tactical response group, so we, much like other similar groups, we get into a habit of debriefing every job, every even training scenario, things like that. Lots of debriefing, lots of talking about what went wrong, probably not enough to talk about what went right at times, but lots of debriefing with a view to improve every time. And that becomes a habit and a part of daily life. But it was interesting, I remember we had a job where we had a bad guy who's one of the armed robberies, guns, running around doing mad things, so we had to follow him around a bit, and he was moving from house to house meeting people. At one point he was in a loop road, he was in a house that was part of a loop road, and the guy that was running the operation on this one, I was in charge of one of the teams, but the guy running the operation, he was in the habit of not asking for advice. He was more along the lines of, this is my opinion, let's do it. And that's kind of a lesson we all learn. There's lots of people out there that can give you advice, but he made a call and sent 2 cars into the loop road and just gave them instructions to go and block this guy in and get him when he's in the driveway. So they went into the loop road, and already you could question, like, what are 2 cars, how much blocking capability are they going to have? There's 2 different directions this guy can go around the loop road. There's up the verges, there's all sorts of things. So sure enough, what happens is the 2 cars roll in from, they chose different directions to block the loop in. So basically 1 car from each direction, and this guy spotted one of the cars early, put his foot down in his own car and got up the verge. Our guys tried to block him in, they had a bit of a scrape and rammed cars, and then he kept going and got out of the loop road and carried on to somewhere else. Now at the end of the day, we've followed him to the next place he went to hide out at, raided the house and got him, and all good. So we get back to the debrief, and everyone's high-fiving, a bit of a exciting moment in the job and things like that. And the debrief started off quite a lot of how well the job went and how well everyone did apprehending this guy, because he's a bit of a loose cannon. I raised the point that yes, it was a good job apprehending the guy, and there was he's unpredictable and well done, but there's something we could have done better, because we had damage to cars. We let him go the first time we tried to apprehend him. He got out of the blockage or out of the loop road. What could we have done better? And then there was some noses upturned, but then everyone quickly realised that yes, it wasn't the perfect job. So we've then raised debrief points, and we worked on we could have maybe set that up. Maybe if we talked to the team leaders and got them to talk a bit more, we would have more cars in the loop road, or we could have set up something before we entered the loop road, things like that. So the conflict in the debrief, we can't all be high-fiving, can't all be like, that was great, that was awesome, you're awesome. We love that stuff, it's motivating, but how much improvement are we going to get if we don't raise the points that didn't go well, and what can we do next time to improve? We add to that, we had senior commissioned officers that would come in to work with TRG for a couple of years at a time, who come from different areas where they definitely weren't used to debriefing and conflict, and definitely not being spoken to about things that went wrong from their point of view in front of others. So we always had, there was always a little bit of issue when, the operators would always be happy, yep, I could have done this, I could have done that better. Some of those commissioned officers with their point of view is probably like saving face in front of the team and maybe talking about it behind closed doors. They get their noses a bit out of joint when operators would raise points that maybe these decisions weren't that good. Could we have done that better? And but over time they come to realise that we all have good intentions. The conflict is for a good intention. We're doing it to improve ourselves and improve the group as a whole, and nobody's insulting each other personally. Having worked with businesses, teams and leaders on team development and different projects that they're running, we've always raised conflict is healthy as a point before we even start the workshops, that this is one of the rules of the workshop. So conflict is healthy in this workshop. It's good to raise the good points and the bad points and what we could do better, without personal insults. So we've already set the rules, we've set the guidelines and set the tone, and that's maybe something we could have done at TRG with those commission officers, is set the tone before the debriefs and told them that this is how we operate and we raise these points for a reason, and maybe they wouldn't have got so nosy out of joint at the time. That was really the thought for today, is that conflict is healthy. Something to try in your own workplace, sports team, whatever it may be, and just do it the right way. Explain why you're doing it if your team is not used to that, and see what improvements you can get from raising points that could be done better. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.